Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy IV. Last time we cleared off a couple of the little side areas of the final dungeon here, and now we move into the meat. I was going to say the meat of the dungeon, but of all times to be cut off by a battle. Wow, that's a great start to a video. Yay! Anyway, in order to get this chest, we must go through invisible passages, which are somewhat easily illuminated, and we get the Fire Butte, or Fire Butte, however you want to pronounce that. It's a Flame Whip for Iridia there, which I'm never going to use because it's going to lower her Wisdom stat, or her Will stat, or both. Biggest tip I can give you in this area is to keep your HP up. You will need it. Here we get a Dragon Shield. Now, I wonder if it actually shows this in this version of the game. Yes. It's a Dragon Shield. It's effective against fire, ice, and thunder. So it cuts, I think, all of those elements in half. And all the pieces of the dragon equipment, and obviously we're going to get more than one, are going to have this same protection. So you're going to want to equip them on both Kain, who it's, I'm assuming, intended for, and also Cecil, who can equip them as well. And Cecil benefits quite a bit from it. You know, having all that elemental protection. Unfortunately, I'm going the wrong way. Cecil's ultimate gear cannot be used by Kain, which is rather unfortunate. Those obvious secret passages to the left just loop in on each other, so ignore them. And take these ones over here, leading to the rest of the dragon gear, and I'll just equip it at the end since there's 3 chests and they're all relatively close together, containing helmets, mail, and yay, no battle gauntlets. Perfect. Okay. So, what I like to do is give him the dragon helmet and the dragon gauntlets. It's unfortunate that Kain cannot use Cecil's ultimate gear, because I'd rather put Cecil's ultimate armor on him, because it's really, really good in that it prevents all status effects. His ultimate Cecil's ultimate armor is anyway, but unfortunately Kain can't equip it, and for whatever reason it also prevents you from using Berserk. I guess Berserk is considered a negative status effect, even though in most cases, especially on a fighter, it's not a bad thing at all. But anyway, yeah, the elemental protection from the dragon gear, it does not stack, so there's no point in equipping multiple ones on the same user. The only reason I'm equipping all of it on Kain, save for the one piece, is simply for the defense value. Now, I'm not sure if I've shown these guys off. However, you can now run into 2 of them. You could run into these guys in the Cave of the Father as well, and they're kind of annoying because they counter with the paralysis type attack. So you want to hit them with lots of damage in few moves. Ouch, don't do that, please. Right, heal up Rosa, and of course she's paralyzed. So what I like to do in this fight, you could use Quake if you want, but I like to use Bahamut, take them down hopefully as fast as possible, not get everybody paralyzed in the fight. Not a lot of fun. Wow, Rosa's healing, very nice. They also have a light... Ow! That hurts! They have a very powerful lightning attack, which normally doesn't do that much, but Edge really needs magic defense. Badly. Come on, Rydia, hurry up with that Bahamut summon. Save me! You did it once before when I was fighting Golbez. Hurry up and save me again. I like to use Kain to jump on the one in the back row to get by, you know, the back row half damage thing. And there we go. Take them both down. I'm not sure how much HP they have. I think it's somewhere around 12,000. I don't have HP values set up for a lot of in my bestiary for this game, just because it seems to take quite a while. Now there we get the Artemis arrows. And the Artemis arrows are really good because they can do double... Well, I think this guy's new. I was going to say double damage, but that would have been wrong. They actually do quadruple damage to dragons. Now, if you had saved Edge's Flame Claw for this battle, these guys are weak to fire, so you can use fire on them. I think this one's also weak to holy, if I remember right. No, it's a cousin of his later on in this dungeon. Oddly enough, you encounter 2 of the same kind of enemy, in the same area. 2 different ones. Go figure. And yeah, they're weak to fire. Use Fire 3. They fall down pretty fast. I may not even get that spell off, but who knows. Ooh, hockey highlights are on TV. Yay! Wow. Means I've been doing this for a while. Not, this recording session, but making Let's Plays when the last season was playing, and now the next season's starting again. Am I going to get the Cure 2 off in time? Or is Fire 2 or Fire 3 going to destroy him? Oh, look at that. Healing! Now you can use Fire 3 already. That's a good girl. Not as weak to fire as the other one, his cousin, later on. But yeah, the Artemis arrows are really good if you kept, the bows that, now if I remember right, am I supposed to go this way first? Yes, I am. An elixir. Nice. Yeah, if you had kept the arrows around and the bow, and you'd stolen more of those arrows, I believe, from moon goddesses, then they would be useful against dragons, as there are a lot of them in this area, including that dragon we just fought, and like 3 or 4 more dragons that we're going to meet up with later on in this dungeon. However, I'm too lazy to steal them all from moon goddesses, and without having a whole bunch of them, there's really no point. I'm going to keep Rosa in healing mode for pretty much the entire time that she's in here. Though there's a good way of turning her into a much better fighter, more like kind of a ranger type class or an archer. Anyway, this guy is the cousin of the other purple zombie guy that we ran into a little while ago. This one is weak to holy and to fire, so Cecil's sword does lots of damage. Very nice. You could also use her holy spell if she had it, but she doesn't. She's going to use Asuna on Edge instead. He is also weak to fire, so you can use fire on him, which I will do, assuming he survives long enough. Again, the flame claws would be good here, but unfortunately I got rid of mine, and I'm too lazy to hack some in. I could do it, but meh, not really worth it. I'm too lazy to change equipment all the time for just that purpose. There is, one, I really wish I'd kept the Ice Claw around, because there is an enemy that's weak to ice that I would switch it for, just because they're really dangerous. But, oh well. There's an X Potion, and move on. Now here we have monsters, and I believe it's a behemoth, so I'll just... Actually, no wait, I'm going to show this one off. I've already showed off how to fight a behemoth, but we have a new strategy now that we have a different party set up. Pretty much, now Kane does enough damage that it's kind of worthwhile to use him. So I'm going to use normal attacks with Cecil until I can get Berserk up on him. Ouch! And since I no longer have... ouch. I don't have 2 Blink users. Well, 3. Well, I do have 3. I have 2. I could use one with Edge if I really felt like it, but meh. Actually, you know what? He's not doing anything else in this fight. He can use Image on himself. I could use Blink if I get around to it, but for the most part, I find it's just easier to take them out and heal up when necessary. People in the back row, not going to take too much damage, so... Yeah, see, I find I need to heal more often than I need to. Oh, Kane got out of the way until too soon. Too soon! Okay. Yeah, you can just defend. There's nothing else you need to do. Yeah, being in the back row really softens his blows, making it much easier to deal with them. And you can, like I said, use Image if you're not hurting too much on HP. Where is the Blink spell? Probably looking right at it. I am. Use it on Cecil first, since he'll be on the ground more often. I don't think I'll even need to. I think he's got 1, maybe 2 shots left, and he'll be dead. There we go. Again, jump, and Cecil's attack. There we go. I had a feeling he was pretty close. And we still got lots of money and lots of experience from him. And we get the Stardust Rod. This is the ultimate rod in the game for Rydia there. Look at her wisdom, 70. equip, actually it's a little lower now because I think, yeah, she still has the apparition rod on instead of the fairy rod. But, yeah, it still ups it by quite a bit. Ups her base damage, which doesn't matter. And it ups her wisdom. I think it was 75 with the fairy rod, so ups it to 80. 5 more. Not bad. She really needs the help because unlike Rosa, she's nowhere near maxing it out. Anyway, I have her ultimate staff, don't I? I do. I don't have her ultimate armor yet. And she actually has 2 ultimate armors. Now, am I going the right way? I believe so. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Don't want to be missing anything in this area. And I think I've already shown this guy off, but he's a real pain in the ass, so let's show him off again. You want to deal as much damage to this guy as possible. Actually, I think I showed this guy off in Final Fantasy VII instead. That's probably where it was. Yeah, for whatever reason, in certain translations, they call this guy Almonje, or whatever the hell he's supposed to be. Alright, I'm going to use Berserk on Cecil here, because I want to kill him really quickly. As you can see, he does quite a bit of damage. If I had Flare, I would use Flare on him, but I'm going to use Bahamut, because I need to do lots of damage before Countdown runs down and ends up getting me killed. Yeah, I think he's got 22,000 HP, somewhere in that range. So definitely have to hit him with quite a bit of damage quite quickly. Hopefully I can take him out before... come on, kill him before somebody dies. I don't want to have to revive anybody. Yay! Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all he does is use Countdown. He gives some good money, which I spent a lot of my money off screen. Actually, I forgot to mention that. I went back after the last episode and I bought more Hellwind Shurikens because I just realized I'm not going to need any more elixirs or dryethers or pretty much anything else for the rest of the game. If I could buy X potions, I'd buy them, but I can't. At least not to my knowledge. But yeah, so I bought, I think, 2 elixirs because I had that much money left over after buying 10 more Hellwind Shurikens, and they'll be useful against bosses throughout the area. And I should probably heal while I'm lathering on. A little bit of healing. A little bit more healing. There we go. And there we go. Onward we go. What's in this chest? More monsters. Yay! Oh, it's new enemies. Lots of fun. Okay, the red dragon is weak to ice. The blue dragon absorbs ice, but oddly enough is not weak to fire. So I'm going to use most of my characters to attack the blue dragon, and then I'm going to use Ice 3 on the red dragon since I can do some more damage with that. You could also use, say, Leviathan or Bahamut or Flare if you had it. Flare is non-elemental, by the way. And you definitely want to keep your HP up. I'm going to risk casting a Berserk spell. And Snowstorm does a reasonable amount of damage and can hit everybody, even though it didn't that time. I want to use Ice 3 on the red dragon there. Yeah, a lot of the chests in this area, especially the ones that guard treasure, that took a while, for some reason. They seem to, well, what was I saying? They seem to have a lot of monsters guarding them, especially when they have, equipment in them, when they're, important chests. Come on, cast the spell, Rydia. Finish him off! The red dragon seems to be a little more deadly than the blue dragon, but they're both pretty scary to deal with. There we go. Ah! Come on, Cecil. Berserk attack him one more time. One more time, Cecil. Yes! Alright. That one's finished off. And now we'll just take out this guy with normal attacks. The other thing you could use in this fight, I guess, is Quake. I believe they are susceptible to Quake. Might as well use that now. Make sure. The blue dragon here has a chance of, well, a really, really rare chance of dropping the Dragon Whip, or whatever it's called in this one. Dragon Tamer, I don't know. They have different names in different translations. I've actually gotten the Dragon Whip once. And all the times I've played this game, I've probably played it 5, 6, maybe 7 times by now. So yeah, it's an extremely rare drop, so you aren't likely to get it, but if you do, it lowers her magic stats, raises her physical attacks, and you can kind of put her in the front row when you're fighting dragons to do a lot of damage to them. And I learned Death. And we get the Crystal Shield for this chest. Crystal Shield is the line of ultimate equipment for Cecil there. And there we go. A little bit better. Not super great, but better. I think it has... I was going to say, I believe the Crystal Shield has a boost to the will stat, allowing Cecil to do a little more with his healing, though you shouldn't be using Cecil to heal at this point in the game, unless it's outside of battle. Anyway, what else was I going to mention? Oh yes, against those all mage, manje, whatever the hell they are, the flying eyeballs, they are weak to projectile weapons, which includes both Kane's lances and Edge's boomerangs. The other thing that I pulled out that I really kind of forgot to mention is the Defender Sword, which I saved from earlier, which is actually a stronger weapon for Kane. And in this game, you do not need a lance or a spear or whatever it is to deal double damage with your jump command. So I'm not leaving it on there for that. I just keep running into enemies that happen to need that. Defender Sword is better overall for both defense and offense. But yeah, so basically those are his two ultimate weapons in my book. There's another one later, but I still prefer using either of those. Other than that, let's get this. The Defense Ring. I thought there was going to be a battle in there, but oh well. Anyway, the Defense Ring is kind of like the Protect Ring in other games. Let's see what it actually says about it in the inventory here. Let's see. Effective against fire, ice, and thunder. Yeah, very nice. Get some nice magical defense from it. You want to use that on your mages more than anything else. And I'm going to start with Rydia there. Yeah, quite a bit more defense, more magic defense. And no, I did not want to go to you. Whoa. Oh, I've got the... Jeez, it does lower your... Unfortunately, I did not have the Stardust Rod on. But yeah, it does lower your wisdom stat by 2, I believe, or maybe it's 3. Either way, not a big deal for the amount of extra defense it provides you. But yeah, anyway, let's get through here, down, and we'll take the lower path first. Lower path leads to 1 treasure. I believe this is a repeat battle. Alright, that was another battle with a behemoth. And for that, winning that fight, we get the Crystal Armor, which is Cecil's ultimate armor. And like I was telling you before, it has a very nice property. Stops many condition changes. Very, very clever and very clear. Basically, it prevents a lot of status effects. And I don't have a complete list, but one of them is Berserk. So anytime I want to Berserk Cecil, I don't want this on. And for the most part, I'm going to be Berserking him in a lot of fights that last long enough. So I probably won't be using this all that much. I might use it in the final boss, and that's pretty much it. Anyway, this video's run on longer than I thought it was going to. That's all for this episode, and we'll see you guys next time.